Hi everyone, and my name's Lola Mason and I'm a cam model. Basically guys, I'm here just to give you my own little tricks and tips on how to be a successful cam model. I've been asked this quite a lot of times, so I thought I'd make a little, YouTube video, put it out there, and hopefully this helps someone in the industry. Now what we're going to start is what a cam model is. A cam model is, you can be on a lot of different platforms. I'm on a cam site, very generic cam site, who owns a lot of sub-cam sites. Now, this means that I show off my body and I do various acts for men, women, couples, groups of people, it all depends. I do TV work, internet work, and so on. I also do modelling, but this is about the cam model side, so we'll stick just to that side for this video. Now, I've been doing this for quite a few years and I have become very successful pretty rapidly, and it is very overwhelming. Now, this is because I followed a few tips that I found out via myself, and hopefully if you take on these on board, and if you want to be a cam model yourself and you have really thought about it, then this might help you. But I must put a disclaimer out there, this is a very difficult industry to be in. It can be very hard, very emotionally tough, very strenuous in a lot of different reasons. I will get onto that on a different video, but I thought I'd put a little side note for that because I wasn't very prepared for the backlash and, a lot of different issues. Hey, your vagina's going to be all over the internet, girls. That's a big one that I knew was going to happen, but when it's there, you don't quite know what to do about it. It can be a little bit, slap in the face, but it's all good. If you want to definitely do this, then these tricks and tips might help you. Now, my first one is setup. Girls, lights. Literally, well, girls and guys, if you want to be a cam models can be girls and boys, by the way, guys, or couples, groups. There's a lot of different things on the internet nowadays. Now, basically, spotlights are a massive thing. If you don't like to wear a lot of makeup, these can hide many imperfections that you don't particularly like yourself. I have two, one there, one there. I've just looked at them, I can barely see now. They're very big, they're very bright, a little bit obnoxious to the eyes, but they're very good. I do recommend getting soft boxes. Normal spotlights are fine. You can find these on Amazon, eBay, any different store. You do not have to pay massive amounts for them. These cost about £40 each. They do the job, that's brilliant. My next one is, this is the expensive part. Now, if you run a basic laptop to a basic webcam, then that's brilliant, that's fine. But if you want to start going into like the big time, full-time modelling, you want to do TV performances and many of that, you're going to need a massive setup. Now, I have a tripod that's here, I've got a big webcam, I've got a big TV screen that's 32 inches, and I've got a massive tower, I've got everything everywhere, it's all over the place. I recommend you getting a HD ready camera. Logitech's a very good one, that's very well known in the industry, and I've got an i7 processor, tower. Do your own research, see what suits you. I've just basically went for the most expensive thing I could find that's got the best reviews. I just went all out on this. Now, I also do have a studio grade microphone, I can't talk tonight, which helps a lot as well because you want that crisp sound. You're going to be talking to a lot of people every day. You want them to be able to hear your accent, what you sound like, your emotion in your voice, and many different things. I say that all of these are very incredibly important because if you don't have them, then you might not reach to the top of sites, or it's just good to have them. I found that I had the most success once I just shelled out thousands, bam, got a big setup, and there you go. I started rolling it in, I was doing really well, and that's about it for the setup. Now, another big one which some people don't tend to think about is personality. Everyone, when you say you're a cam model, they say, oh, well, you need to be stick thin, you need to be pretty, you need to do this, that, and this. But whatever anyone says, personality will also persevere in this in this trick and tip. This is important because if you're beautiful, you could be the most beautiful woman in the world, and there are some gorgeous ladies out there who also have beautiful personalities, so I'm not saying that they don't, but some ladies, beautiful as they are, they will think that the beauty will just push them through it and that's it, they'll be massively successful, so on and so on. However, I have found that when I first started I was very nervous, so people were kind of like, oh, you know, she's a little bit nervous, not sure how to approach this lady. Be confident, be happy, smile, and just let your personality shine through. I'm a very energetic human being, so I'm like, I'm excitable, I don't like heavy editing, I like that raw personality, so I don't try hide anything on cam. They know that they know I do silly stuff, they know that sometimes I'm lost for words because I just jumble them all up. I do all of that, but that's what they like. They like that girl next door, but they also like that human being. They don't want you to be a little sex robot. A lot of them do want that mass personality, and you know, some people tend to forget about that because they see cam models and it's all beautiful, the boobies, all of the aesthetics, but remember, personality is also very important. Now, another tip as well is that this is personally, from all of these tips are personal to me, you know, this is what I found out. Some girls might tell you completely different, and that's absolutely fine. We've all got our own tricks, tips, ways to get through this camming. It is a sex industry. So there's thousands of girls who will tell you many different things, which is fine. Everyone has these how to work, and what you should do is you should go through all of these tips that many people say, kind of put your own tips and tricks together, and then just go for it. Now, this is one of those tips that is kind of like, you know, it is important, but it's not important. It all depends on what you want out of this. Now, I found, this is an odd one, people don't tend to think about this, but it's background. If you've got a completely bare background, that's fine. If you don't want to put money into the background, that's fine. Now, if you've got an absolute tip of your background, if you've got mess everywhere, if there's things everywhere, it's not very aesthetically pleasing, it's not good to the eye, then people might not, you know, they might just not bother because they think, oh, well, she's not tried hard with her background, meaning just basic things like tidying, clean background, nice bright sunny background, not dark or dingy, you know, as long as it's pretty much clean, it's fine. I went out, I bought a new bed, I bought plants, I've got my logo, which is, oh, just look in the viewfinder so I can see it, there it is. I've got my own logo to make sure copyright issues is a big one, but I'll get to that in a moment. And just nice homey feel. That guys, I have noticed that guys really like the homey feel. They just like the fact that you're in, you know, they're chilling in your bedroom, you know. It's nice, personal. It's not too like, you know, I've done this purposely for camming. You know, you want a nice homey feel, something nice, soft. This is my bedroom. This is also my camming area. So I have a few things that you can't see in there because obviously YouTube's, you know, it's a family website. I'm not going to show you all things, but I have a few sexual things all about the place. But then mainly it's all nice, soft, comfy. We can come eat pizza and chill on here type feel, not sex dungeon feel, even though some people love that stuff, so I'm not saying that it's wrong. Find out what's good for you, but this is what I have found works for me. So that's another thing. Now, this tip is, I can't stress this enough with these tips and tricks. Copyright. Girls, please put a logo in your background. People will record your shows, they will put it on websites that you don't want them to be on. They are everything. Screen caps will be used for advertisements. People don't tend to think about it until it's happened, and that happened to me. I didn't have a logo, I didn't have a copyrighted logo, and bam, there I was on every website I did not want to be on. Sadly, when I first started, I didn't have fancy equipment, I didn't have any of that, so there's a very horrible grainy video out there of me, which I don't like being on there. And if I had just gotten a logo, this wouldn't have happened because I could have run a DNCA on it and I could have had it removed. Sadly, that's hard when you haven't got anything copyrighted. I suggest you getting a logo, you copywriting the logo, you copywriting your performance name and stuff like that, just to protect yourself, just so you don't have identity theft, you don't have video theft, or anything like that could sabotage your job, or, you know, just be a nuisance, because when people record you, it's very annoying, it's stressful. Sadly, it happens, so we've all kind of, you know, we all deal with it, but at least if you have a copyright, then you can get it removed a lot quicker as well. So I suggest there's many different websites. Protectmywork.com is brilliant. They do copyrights, and obviously GovSite, depends where you're from. I'm British, so the Gov site's brilliant for copyright stuff. It is pretty pricey. It's about £210 to £260 to copyright your performer name or your business name, and I think it cost me, It was £50 to do the logo. You know, I designed the logo myself, but I had to get a graphic designer just to prep it and, you know, make it all nice and tidy. And then it cost me about £30 for protectmywork.com to copyright it. And there you go. You'll find you're more protected, you'll feel a bit safer, and it's all very good in terms of doing that. So I always suggest you doing that, because then it just saves a little bit of a headache. My next tip, guys, is being busy on cam. Now, I understand that you are going to get slow times. There is going to be some times where you're sat there in your chat room, everything's against you, there's people coming in and out, but there's just no one who wants to pay. You know, there might be no one in there at all. You might be sat there for hours, hating the world, getting really frustrated, and there's just nothing you can do about it, because if they don't want to pay you, they don't want to pay you. Now, to get through these times, it's hard. Sometimes I don't listen to my own advice. I get stressed, upset, and so on. But I will tell you now that if you look bored, or you look sad, or you look upset, or you stop playing with your phone, or anything like that in your chat room, it will not help. It's good to, you know, entertain yourself, which is fine. You know, like, just make yourself laugh. Maybe just, you know, browse the internet a little bit, not too much, but you know, I wouldn't just sit back, get on your phone and be, you know, balls deep in your phone, because that might not help. If someone comes in, there might be one person in your chat room, but that one person wants to spend a lot of money on just you. But if they see you on your phone, that you're completely distracted and your head's not in the sexual game, they might go somewhere else. Now, I don't have the phone in the room in case it rings, because also you don't really want your phone ringing during cam, because this is a job. You know, people do get sexual thrills out of it, which is brilliant and fine. I really enjoy it. I love my regulars. I love the people that come into my chat room. The site's brilliant and it's all hunky-dory, that side of things. It can get stressful when it's boring and when no one's there, but I honestly recommend leave your phones alone. Don't be too distracted and look bored. If you're looking miserable, the chances are they're going to think you're not horny. If you're there and smiling, you're like, yeah, I'm happy, then they're going to think, God, she must be really horny. Let's give her some money. Now, my last tip and trick for you today is the guys. The guys, the girls, everyone on cam. Your chat room might be full one night and you have a lot of people paying and it's all brilliant. Please remember that these guys are human beings too. I see a lot of girls get really frustrated, and sometimes, you know, they come across as not ungrateful, that's the wrong term, but sometimes girls can kind of forget they're humans. They need to earn that money too. If someone gives you $1 tip because that's all they've got, that's fantastic. They gave you their last dollar. Now, even if I get a $1 tip to $300 tip, I will be insanely grateful for both, because they're giving you all they've got. It's amazing when you get those massively high tips. It makes you feel fantastic. It gives you a buzz. You feel loved and wanted and everything's going brilliantly. But remember, that guy who's just tipped you $1, that might be all that he has. So remember that a tip's a tip, and be forever, just always be grateful that these guys have gave you their money. So I always say thank you. I say how grateful I am. You know, make sure you're happy at them, and that will make them feel better as well, because this guy who gave you $1 probably just saw this $300 tip and thought, oh, well, you know, I can't compete with that. But at the end of the day, you make sure you tell them that if you can only tip $1 and you do tip $1, that's fantastic, and thank you very much for that. So these guys are human after all. You will get, however, the people who want free things. Now, this can get very frustrating. If you have a guy who has never tipped anything, never will tip anything, and constantly berates you for free stuff, free shows, free things against the rules, just generally being a bit of a pain, then please just say, no, I'm sorry, if you carry on I will block you, because it's just easier just to block these people, because they, you know, other people don't want to see you get frustrated at this person. At the end of the day, you know, they try their luck because they think someone will do it. So if you just don't do it, then you won't have that problem. Block them, ignore them. If they will get abusive. Some have been abusive towards me. I've said no to flashing things and doing things like that, and they turn around, they call you F this, F that, you know, they swear at you and they're very nasty. Then just block them, don't take it personally, because these guys just really thought that you were just going to do it. So they get a bit annoyed and a bit antsy because, oh God, she won't do what I tell you. And, you know, obviously we won't. But so if they're horrible to you, just say, look, you're being horrible, I am not taking this, goodbye. Block them instantly, message your site and just say, right, this person's horrible. They will sort it out for you as well. So never worry about people who are being mean. Just make sure, don't take it personally. People will call you anything just to get a reaction sometimes, and that is the sad reality of camming. You get beautiful people who are amazing and lovely, but you also get those arsewipes who are really nasty to you and all they want to do is see your world burn. So sadly it happens, but never take it seriously, never think about it, never dwell on it. At the end of the day, they're probably called 10 other girls the same things. They just want to be mean to you. So just ignore it, brush it off and carry on. Now, I hope that these tricks, tips and little rambles has helped someone. I will be doing more videos on this. This is my first video. Please give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe and all of that stuff. Because if you want me to do more on these, that's fine, I can do it. Please put down in the comments if there's any specific things you want me to talk about. Again, first video, we'll see how it goes, but I hope that this has helped someone and I haven't rambled too much. So I hope you have a very good day, guys, and I will see you soon.